everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the Sanctuary SMP. I am here, of course, inside the Tower of Castellum. And in today's episode, we are going to be primarily focusing on building up the walls of Castellum. There are, as of today, 7 days left remaining on the server. So I feel like I'm in the Goonies whenever the mom is making sure that the house is clean. I want it clean before it's torn down. That's how I'm feeling right now, since all this is probably going to get destroyed. But anywho, our goals for today are to build up the outer wall. I say outer wall, it's the only wall of Castellum. Oh, I'm stuck in a tree. Anyway, I plan on building the outer wall today, and then doing like a garden and maybe some farmland and stuff inside of it. I was originally going to put like a village in here, but we just don't have the time. So we're gonna do the best with what we can. I have planted some permanent ebony trees around. Those are actually a few of them over there. These are all going to hopefully go soon. Yeah, we also are building the gates today, hopefully. But yeah, and hopefully the replay mod. Holy cow! I didn't look at the side. That could kill somebody. We're gonna leave it there for the war. Oh, it won't kill anyone. Oh man. That's no fun. Anywho, if you guys missed the last episode, we finished off the tower, and we started working on the interior. Finished up my bedroom, which I will probably show again sometime later in today's episode. But anywho, without any further ado, let's get started building the outer defenses. And here we go. It's been a hot minute since I've actually talked during a time lapse. But since I'm Future Aurum and I was editing this episode, I found out that there's about give or take 9 minutes of building. So I figured it might get a little bit boring for you guys. So I figured I could talk a little bit about the process behind building this. Because I'm also going to do a big building video of the Tower of Castellum that'll be, I think, entirely just music and these time lapses just all sort of put together. I really wish I'd done that kind of thing when I built the Tregorian Mansion and Havenwood. I think we technically have a time lapse of everything in Havenwood. I just have to download every video, take that segment, and then do what I got to do with it. So I don't know how realistic it is to do that, how much of a pain in the butt I made it to be. So as we've been doing the series, I've been taking the time lapses as I've been designing them to then put them into one video. So yeah, anywho, this is pretty much the first enclosed wall that we have built on the channel, I believe. The Wall of Havenwood is obviously the wall that we've only built before, but it only separates the peninsula there where Havenwood is built. This is the first wall that we've ever built together that has completely surrounded a structure and made it essentially impenetrable. There are going to be a lot more walls in our future, of course. I think Castle Carmine, our next project, is going to have a series of walls for it. Not like walls surrounding the city, but it's going to be a red Gothic castle with a series of walls protecting the main keep. So I'm very excited for that project. But yeah, this is the first wall that really this is entirely free-handed, which I'm pleased to say it turns out very well. I don't think I actually put the bottom trim on inside of this time lapse. I think I did that after the video had finished because I was like, they don't want to watch that. The replay mod is gonna extend this far too long because this is 8 times as fast on the replay mod. And then I also I can't remember what the exact thing is, but I speed it up in post-production too. You can't even tell. It looks about as slow as it does on the Realms series with the flashback mod. But yeah, these walls are entirely free-handed. We don't really decorate the interior of them that much, mostly because I thought it looked kind of cool, just being a solid thing of obsidian. Of course, this is being edited after the battle has actually happened, So I do know for a fact whether or not we survived the battle, which I'm not going to say anything. um, but yeah, you know me. I'm not well renowned for fighting. But yeah. So absolutely love this wall. Building in diagonals, that was probably the trickiest part for me on this build, but I think honestly it turned out so well. Not that I'm gonna start building buildings on diagonals. I'm still not. I can do it, but I'm just not a big fan of it because it kind of screws up an interior for me. And I really like square things. But in terms of walls now, I think absolutely go for it because I think the diagonal walls look just as good now as the straight walls, which is very cool looking, I think, as they all just flow together. You can't really tell what's a diagonal and what's, or really you can't tell which one's a diagonal and which one's square with you, unless if like you're right up next to it. But like when you're on the surrounding area, you really can't tell too much. Um, as you can see, there's unfortunately an old cobblestone line. That was where the wall was going to go. Did I say cobblestone? Obsidian line. I don't know what I said there. Yeah, that's where the wall was originally going to go. But after looking at it on the map, it just looked like it was going to make the wall so like messy. It would have been very natural with the landscaping, but in the end, I decided to just make it sort of a big octagon type of shape, or like a Pac-Man type of shape, where the front gate is, because it made it a lot more clean, gave us a little bit more room, and made it so that it wouldn't be like a winding wall all the way around the exterior of Castellum. So I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out, and don't worry, I get rid of that before the big day because it was bugging me too. I don't think we ended up planting any trees on the outside of the Wall of Castellum, just because it didn't look like it needed it. I liked being able to see everything. If this were a project on the realm, I probably would have planted some trees around it. But again, the main idea for this structure was for it to be a fortress and for it to be able to withstand siege. And yeah, we'll just have to find out in 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. For whether or not it did survive. But yeah, the wall went together really easily. I think Castellum ended up using like 10,000 blocks of obsidian or something crazy. Gatehouse is pretty simple and very much so in the same style with the wall. It's a little bit more intricate because, I mean, I figured this is probably not going to last very long. It has a little battlement up top, no real way to get to it, and a 1 block wide gate, which the gate on the Walls gatehouse actually only has a 1 block there as well. I don't think I show it off in this time lapse, but essentially what that does is it funnels people in one at a time instead of a 3 block wide gate, which would allow a horse to get through, or at least 3 or 5 people could get through the wall at one time. The 1 block gap will make it a lot harder for them to get through. So it was essentially an entirely military idea, or not, I guess, siege type of idea, where if that gate falls, they have to funnel their way onto the bridge and then to the second gatehouse in order to breach the wall. Let me see what's going on here. But anywho, sorry about that. Got a message. When we started working on the garden design, I started digging out all of the holes in the pathways for mystic cucumbers to fill it in with deep slate behind me. I planted a bunch of ebony wood trees just because I fell in love with them. I love how they look. They're so nice and big, and I like how their leaves lay. It doesn't look like a normal Minecraft tree. And I think it really helped put the tower in perspective because the tower is huge. And then you put these trees here and it's like, oh, that makes the tower look smaller. And then you get up next to the trees and you're like, oh, the trees are huge too. Which really helped, drive home that this place is massive. There will also be a world tour coming out shortly before the battle episode so that we can see everyone's bases and everyone's reaction to what we managed to achieve. In just less than 30 days, we achieved all of this with Mystic gathering all the resources and me literally hitting on just to build. I didn't get to check out any of the mods, unfortunately. I had no life. just building up the walls and Castellum and all that good stuff. But yeah, we put in some spaces for food, agriculture, and stuff, and some more formal gardens in the back. But anywho, I think I'm just gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of this time lapse. Alrighty guys, so as you saw from that lovely long time lapse, we have completely finished off the inner courtyard of Castellum. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as intricate as I was hoping it would become. We just kind of ran out of time. As of this recording, we have 20 hours till the war. So I'm going to put down a couple more leaves, a couple more rose bushes. I did go ahead and plant us some food here, of course. But yeah, we just don't really have a whole time to make this place super, super nice. We will be rebuilding the tower, though, along with the wall, on the realm at some point as a replica of it. So we'll be able to make it all nice and pretty there and take a little bit more artistic liberation based on how it is. But yeah, anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft. If you did, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all inside of the next one. See ya!